Well, to recap what happened in our last session, after going to Todd's Oddities and getting some magical playing cards and also just some normal playing cards, you began your plan to start an empire with some of the people in the lower end of Ridak. And you found Ryland, who was kind of on the street, just vibing, very chilled out. You were able to teach him a trick, and he said that he knew someone else that may also be interested in becoming a student of yours. And on the way to this person, you learned about Obot, which appears to be some kind of weed-like substance in Sumia, kind of chills you out, that he likes to partake in. And then you met Bobo, the dwarf, who was sleeping on the side of the road. Excuse me, who seems to be the Obot dealer for Ryland. You were able to convince Bobo through some persuasion, intimidation, and some role playing that you don't care about the money, and you essentially were just able to get his clientele list. He said he would come back later in the night to get a list of clientele for you to have students with, which is great for you in terms of finding new people that you can teach tricks to and bring down the tens of luck. But you had the grand idea after learning about Obot is maybe you could make some Obot potions and essentially use the sleeping properties of them and kind of drug the tens of luck. So you found Ined at the homemade potion store, created, after some trial and error and some back and forth, with you both being very much on the same wavelength, it seems, you were able to concoct a perfect recipe through lots of trial and error, getting quite drunk in the process. You were able to stumble your way back to near the Shadow Room, not quite next to the Shadow Room, but kind of halfway between the street and the Shadow Room. So you would you're just about to fall asleep. And so where I want us to start off is we're going to have a perception check. Now this isn't for you to see if you can perceive something, but it's more for how soon you can perceive something.
Okay.
But I need you to make a perception check. This isn't to make you notice something, but to how early you notice something, I guess. Okay, 15. Not bad.
I
Um,
unfortunately can't see the dice rolls yet because I'm still let me just gauge there. But 15, I'll take
yeah,
your word for it.
you got a 15, 9 plus 6. Uh, you you are able to lean against a building. You've had a long day, very eventful day. I mean, it was this morning that you went to the Tents of Luck, I think. So
Jesus, yeah, this has all been a single day. Christ
it's
Almighty.
it's been or maybe it was the previous. I don't. Yeah, no, I think it was this morning. It was the
No, I
Tents
think
of
it
Luck
was. Yeah, I
because you
think
went
it's
to
all in
Grog's.
one
Yeah,
day.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that's a fun time. But it's been a long day. But you sit down, and you're expecting just to fall asleep. You're kind of in a more secluded area. You're not all the way close to the Shadow Room, so you can still hear like the sounds of the street, but you're not. You're certainly not in a very populated area of Ridak right now. But as you are kind of sitting there and just taking a rest, you hear from your right, you hear some footsteps approaching. And I would say you're in like a little bit of a clearing. So I'd say like maybe 30, 40 feet in front to your right, you see three figures cloaked in black robes, black cloaks, uh, walking and walking in such a way that it's not a normal gait. It seems like as if they're floating. They're not literally floating off the ground, right? But they're there's no bouncing to them. It's just
Okay.
static as
They
they
turned off
walk.
the view, the bobble in
Yeah,
Minecraft. I got you.
exactly. And there's no they're probably about 40 feet ahead of you. They're kind of walking perpendicular to you, right? They're probably the closest they're going to get to you is like 20 feet. But they are just walking along towards the direction of the shadow room. I'll say that. And it's you can
Okay.
hear this. It's like a very steady footstep sound.
Interesting. Are they on their cloaks? Or do they have that? No, because the Burm. I was thinking they might be members of the Burm
Hmm.
cult. They believe in isolation, so it's not them. Um, I mean, if they're heading to the Shadow Room, that's where I'm headed. But now I'm curious. So, uh, can I like, can I sneak after them?
Yeah, they as you're kind of just sitting there, just watching them, they eventually pass you and pay you absolutely no mind, but they continue
Okay.
straight ahead towards the shadow room, and you are able to follow them behind them if you want to make a stealth check just to see how.
Hmm. I don't even know if I want to be stealthy. Like, I just kind of, I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm gonna I'm gonna just walk, and then I'm just gonna act like they're wearing cloaks. I'm wearing a cloak. They're going to a magic area. I'm going to a magic area. I gotta try
Okay.
to fit in.
Gotcha.
So
How
I'm just
how
gonna.
closely would you say you're following them?
I mean, not like right behind them, but
Okay.
like maybe 10, 20 feet back.
Okay. Yeah, that's reasonable. Uh, they walk. Y'all are walking for like maybe a minute or two longer. It's not very far away. And you get back into that clearing where you saw the shadow room yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Uh, and they are walking straight towards the shadow room as you did, but they're walking very confidently. And now the three of them, where they were kind of in a cluster before, have now like lined up in a single line. And
Oh,
as they're walking forward, the door in front of them just opens again, as it did before, very violently with a loud bang, but they did not interact with it. It just kind of opened like about 5 feet before they entered, and the three of them enter the shadow room. What do you do?
uh, how clearly can I see the inside from here?
Make a perception
Like,
check for me. Yeah, because you can. There's
I don't
some.
want to
There's
go
some
in,
moonlight.
but
There's some moonlight streaming in. Maybe you'll see a little bit, but it's also
I
dark.
want to see like what they might do.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wow.
That's very good. I'll say you're following, close enough, not suspiciously close, but you're following close enough that you're able to look in, and you see that as soon as they enter, they go to the left and out of the view of the door because it's a very
The
small room,
left.
but also there's like three people entering the small room, so you'd think it would get pretty crowded.
Uh, well, do I really want to? Oh, I'm like still buzzed. I don't. What does Alden want to do? I think he'd let his curiosity get the best of him,
Mm-hmm.
but because he's still slightly inebriated. But also
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I just don't think he gives a shit. It's late. He's been
Mm-hmm.
drinking. I think he just kind of wants to peek inside and see where they might have been to. I'm not gonna like walk all the way in, but I'm gonna stick my head through the door.
Okay, yeah, like kind of like what you did before. You kind of just look in, and
Yeah.
you follow ahead, maybe 10, 15, like 10 seconds later, you kind of walk up to the door, and there again, exactly like you saw before. It's just kind of darker now, and uh, you're illuminated. Your shadow is surrounded by moonlight instead of sunlight as it kind of beams into this room, and you do not see anyone. Once again, it is just an empty room. But
Mm.
like the shadows, the light doesn't really refract in this room, so you can only really see what's straight ahead of you. You don't see what's to the left and the right. But based on the size of the room, even as you're standing right here, you feel like they would just be in here, but they
Yeah.
are not.
Uh.
Not from what you can see.
Mm. Oh, must have been the wind. I don't go any further than that. I'm not. I already got freaked out once. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna exploit this place. I'm not gonna, get exploited by it. So
There you
I'm leaving. I'm just going back to, like I said last session, where I get to an area where I can just kind of hear the murmur of the crowds and then just
go.
fall
Yep.
asleep.
Awesome. All right, and then that is what you do, and you are able to fall asleep after this
While I
weird,
was
weird encounter.
retroactively, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
While I was following them, would I have been able to like see if there's any sort of symbols on their cloak, and
Yeah.
if I recognize them?
I would say that you don't even need a perception check just looking at them. It is just straight black cloaks. There wasn't
Okay.
anything that you could see as you were following them.
All right.
All right, and
Uh,
you
I'm not
head
gonna pay it any mind.
you are gonna head to bed, and I will say I would love for you to make a dream roll for me.
Oh baby, it's
Uh,
everyone's favorite time of the
D100,
day.
yes,
It's dream time.
64. Okay. Hmm.
Only there's five more, and we could all laugh.
Uh, just thinking about it makes me laugh. So unfortunate.
Oh, it makes me giggle.
As you are drifting off to bed, you think about the events of today, where you at the beginning of the day kind of sucked. You're ridiculed by this creature that thinks they can just run a tense of luck, and
Yeah.
all these people that can't even do card tricks, except for that one guy, but all these other people. Uh, but then the day turned around, so you're feeling pretty good about yourself. And so, as you lay and as you dream, you have a pretty good dream, which is not, I'll just say, not usual for you. Most of the dreams that you remember involve some kind of ridicule or bad memories that you have to wake up from and kind of work out to forget about. But this is a dream where you wake up and you are sitting in front of a school, as you have done many times. And maybe you're performing for uh, some kids and then, doing card tricks and things like that. And you're having a pretty good day. I'll say you can feel or you can see like whatever bowl in front of you, or maybe you have a sack of money or something, and it's looking pretty full. It is. You've had a good day. Everybody's been approaching you. Maybe this is your first time here, and you're having a really good haul. But then one kid walks up to you and says, uh, "I've always wanted to be a wizard." And he looks at you, and you look at him, and he's like uh, little human, little boy, maybe like only 5 years old. This is a school that you're sitting in front of that generally has older kids, but this kid has shown up, and he says, "I've always wanted to be a wizard. Uh, is there any way that you could teach me a card trick?" And I'll say that this was probably about a year or two in the past. I'll let you decide from this whether you do what trick, or whether you do teach the kid a card trick, and what you do. A little bit of an interactive dream.
Uh, interactive dream.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Young, dumb, exploitable mind who thinks I'm awesome. Hell yeah, I'm gonna teach him a trick. I'm not gonna teach him a good one.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna like try to teach him one, but I'm gonna make him feel bad because he can't do it. I'm gonna make sure he can't do it right,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna inflate my ego because it's gonna make me look good. Because like,
Okay.
ooh man, like this kid can't do it. It's too advanced.
So I'll say you proceed
And
to
as for the card trick,
yeah, yeah.
it's just a flourish, just to pick a card, like just like a ooh wow,
Mm-hmm.
like a really fancy shuffle. Honestly, something that like a little 5-year-old with pretty shit dexterous hands would be able to do.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you show him this card trick, once again, it's very similar to like Amelia when you just got into a flow state. You show off this very fancy trick, and you're feeling good about yourself in terms of yes, I've done a pretty awesome trick in front of this kid, and this kid just looks up to you with wide eyes, and he says, "You're amazing. I I I don't think I can do that. Can
You can try.
I can try?" And he
You can try.
looks
You can
down at
try.
your
You can. Yeah.
he looks down at your cards, and he tries to do it. And I will say that I'll just roll a d20 just for public and see if it gets a nat 20
It's a
or not.
nat 20.
Yeah,
That'd be really awesome.
let's see. Oh, I got so close, but he kind of
Uh,
almost gets it, but
Damn. Wow. Yeah.
he he then drops the cards right at the last second. But you're at first second you were a little worried that he was gonna
Yeah. I
fail
was
completely.
like clenching. I was just like,
Oh,
yeah.
this is good. Yep. But then he drops the
Wow.
cards at the end,
Oh.
and
Oh no.
he looks up at you and he says, "I, I almost got it. I think I can get it with just a little bit more practice. Is this magic?" And he looks at you kind of inquisitively.
It sure is. Did you feel that magic running through you when you did it?
He nods his head vigorously. He's like, "Yeah, I did. Uh, thank you, sir. Uh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna try and, uh, I'm gonna try and train myself so I can be just as good as you one day."
Don't train too hard, or we might have to have a wizard battle.
Oh, he says, "Oh, that'll be fun. Okay, thank you, sir." And he just runs off and skips away.
Oh, wait, he
And
didn't pay. I don't say he doesn't hear me, but
yeah, damn it.
yeah.
But you just have a nice long dream about uh, getting a buttload of money from a bunch of kids, and then having a little experience teaching a little kid about doing some card tricks. So it's a nice little dream. You
All
don't
right.
yeah, you don't feel bad about the dream afterwards, like some dreams that you've had.
I don't feel like I need to do a workout after that one. I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. You can though.
Okay.
It's always good to work
Uh,
out. But
yeah, the amount of effort really depends on how much guilt I have when I wake
mhm.
up. So
Today's a good cardio day. Just
today I just do
doing
really
some
light cardio.
core.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
But I'll say
Um,
you wake up and it's like 9 in the morning. The sun is kind of rising at this point, or it has risen. And you wake up and the streets seem a little bit louder because it's the daytime now.
yeah. So Bobo said that he'd be sending over people like as early as 10, right? Or just kind
He
of
said
whenever.
he said at night, so it would be 10 p.m. tonight.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Well, Amelia is like 48 hours are up, I want to say.
Yeah,
Uh,
sometime in the middle of today would probably be a good time to check.
I should probably go check. Um,
Love how it's like all
I
these
should probably
arrows.
also like
Like, oh yeah, I got my schedule.
I should probably also come up with some actual like tricks to teach people when they arrive, besides just kind of like bullshitting my way through. What's like? Let me think. Out of all the like street performances that are simplistic in terms of like card tricks, I wonder what earns the most money. Probably it's not a card trick, but it's just like the bowls where you just try to guess which like bowl has the thing underneath it.
hmm
It's not even a card trick. Um,
I mean, I could say like I could say you could roll a history check if you wanted to kind of go back in your time of performing and seeing which ones kind of do
Yeah.
the biggest bucks.
No. Let me check on Amelia. That's a good idea. Let me check on Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know what school she's at?
Yeah, I would
I
say
told her to
you.
go to that one. That was yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's like right near Joy Mates, like not next to it, obviously, but like around that general area is where the
Jesus.
school. It was nearby where Amelia was.
Okay. There's a school near Joymates.
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going there. I'm gonna think about like what big tricks I could probably teach to people.
Okay.
Excuse me. That would be successful. And I'll also use Amelia's success as a gauge to determine whether or not like how much effort she really like needs to go into this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then I'll say that you head on over. I'll say it's like right around here in terms of where the school is,
Yeah.
right above the E in lower end. And uh, as you're walking there, trying to think about some things, I'd have you roll a history check for me, or not history. Do they have? They don't have history. That's
No, they
something
don't.
else. Yeah. Then do a society check for me.
Just
That'd be pretty good.
whoa,
Damn. I
there it
would,
is.
yeah, I would say that from your experience, what brings in the most gold for sure is the performance of the person, right? It is much less about the trick. Like uh, like for instance, when you got the card trick at the Tents of Luck, right, from the guy there, that was, a big flourish and everything. It was impressive, but he, didn't have a lot of pizzazz to him, and that is
Right.
kind of what you saw a lot of at the Tents of Luck. It was a lot of people just doing tricks for the sake of tricks, and some of them are cool for sure, very impressive things. But from your experience, the days that you've made the most money and had the most success is, card tricks were certainly good. I would say that uh, the more simple the game, the more people generally just came, right? The easier, like you were saying with like the thing under the bowls, right? Uh, that's something somebody can just kind of stop by and fully understand, and they feel like you know, they didn't get tricked. It was more just they couldn't
Yeah.
keep
Okay.
up, right? So the more simple it is for sure, but in terms of, you kind of have this revelation based off of your role where it really is not about the trick, it's about the person. And you're thinking as you're walking down, you think to yourself, man, you know, I I've made money mostly off of me, being me. Of course Alden's actually playing
Mhm.
like a caricature, you're right. But like, me with this persona, I'm the one making money, you know. Like I can do any card trick and it'll bring in money, right? It's a little bit of an ego thing, but it is true that in the past, whenever you felt on your A game, you've made the most money. But in terms of games, you are thinking the more simpler, the better.
All right.
But also,
I wonder.
yeah,
Yeah.
so,
I wonder what type of attitude I'd have to sell to get people encouraged because I can't imagine. I mean, Alden probably would think that if everyone just acts like me, then that's great. That means I'm
mm-hmm.
great. But also, how am I going to stand out? Um,
Mm,
so I think he's got to figure out a way to basically market a personality that all of his students can utilize to take advantage of the whole, attitude thing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, and so I got to figure out like what type of flourish or pizzazz or demeanor people need to sell. I guess it would be more fun for a lot of people to come up with their own character,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that
like
way
a.
they could they make their alter ego in a
Mm-hmm.
sense of this
Yeah,
of their card person,
yeah, like
because that way
maybe get a
it's
costume or
not
something.
it's not standardized. Just be like, hey, if you go out there and you act like what you think a wizard is,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you you have to be a wizard. You
Yep.
know, if you want to do these tricks right. So imagine yourself as a wizard and start acting like it, and that'll put you in the headspace. There we go. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah.
then I will say, as you uh, walk up to the school is uh, this little building right here. I'm pointing on it like it's to the top left of Alden. I guess I could put it right here. Yeah. Like
Sure.
this little square building right here. And that is it looks like a typical schoolhouse, right? Like the stereotypical, like I'm thinking Megamind, right? Like
Yeah.
the
Wooden, red
yeah,
with
wooden,
the.
yeah, exactly, with the point at the top, and yeah, it says
Uh huh.
school,
Yep. Yep.
school on front, yeah.
The
It's
old
like
schoolhouse.
yeah, the schoolhouse. But you as you walk up to it, it's probably around like 10 a.m. at this point. You got to bed late. Uh, as it's like 10 a.m., you walk up, and after a little bit of looking around, you see that Amelia is sitting against the school, right? But on like the left corner of the front of the school, and sitting at it, and you see that she has a little sign that says card tricks and a little bowl, very similar to what she was doing before, but this time she's kind of sitting there, and make a their insight or yeah, just make a perception check. There's no insight in Pathfinder.
I'm really worried about uh her status. Okay, damn.
Hell yeah. She looks a little dejected. I'll say that
Oh
as
no.
as you approach her, but you also get the sense that it's not. She doesn't look sad per se, but she looks tired. I would say that she looks tired while she's sitting there, and uh, so it's not a bad thing per se. Yeah, dejected's probably a bad word, but just out of it. That's a good way of putting it. Very out of it. But as soon as she sees you, she quickly sits up, and she, uh, you know, she has like her blue robe on that looks kind of similar to yours, but not doesn't have all the stars all over it. And she looks up to you, and she says, oh, Alden, this is this is so great. I have been doing fantastic. I just had a lot of kids come by. Do you want to see all the coin that I've made?
Yes. Good morning. How are you? I'm glad to hear it's been working out for you.
She says, yeah, in the past just a couple days, I've discovered this is, I'm sure you already know this, but it's been really good to come here right when all the kids start getting here in the morning. And then as soon as they're all in the school itself, you can kind of uh, take some time just to chill out until they get out of school later in the afternoon. But it's,
Oh,
I just had a big run with all the kids. There was probably at least 10 kids. Then the kids keep coming back, which is great.
how, how old? Okay,
Uh,
there's a few things running through Alden's mind.
yeah.
First off, is holy shit, I can't believe that worked. And then he thinks to himself, of course it worked, you stupid idiot. It was your trick. Uh,
Yeah.
Second thing is, he says, he thinks is, I wonder if I can get her to sell the Obot mixture to these kids. And he
Yeah.
goes,
Yeah.
and then he's like, I don't know if selling drugs to kids is a good idea. I ready to check on that one. Um,
Yeah.
and then he said, and then the next thing he thinks is, "Holy shit! Okay, wow. All right. Hopefully she's big enough for me to buy some sugar because I'm gonna need it." Uh, but anyway, all right, moving on.
Uh, she uh, she looks at you and uh, she says, "So are you proud? Are you proud?"
Oh my God! How old is she again? How old does she
It's,
look?
she's like
She's
40.
like, is it 40?
Yeah,
Man, that sucks.
yeah.
I keep thinking it's like some young kid,
No,
like some young person. No, it's just 40-year-old creep just like me. All right.
yeah, no.
I go,
Her world has been shaken.
all right. Oh, this is what I signed up for. I go, yes, incredibly so. This is amazing. You've exceeded my expectations. In fact, I have to thank you because if it wasn't for your willingness and understanding and just seeing how worthwhile my tutelage is, I wouldn't have decided to open up a school.
And she looks at you and she says, "So you've there's gonna be more of me around, or yeah, there's gonna be more of your students around."
Yep, that's right. Cloning magic. It's a thing. I go, yes, it's all thanks to you, Amelia. Really, I mean, honestly, I realized after, you know, you inspired me, and I ran with it, and frankly, I've come up with a master plan. Have you ever been to the Tents of Luck?
And she says, "Oh yeah, I've been over there a few times. This is it's they've got some crazy card tricks over there."
But don't you think it's also pretty disgraceful how little effort and time and care they actually put into the art is? Don't you think it's a little disgusting?
Disgusting. Make a persuasion check with a little +2 bonus to it. Circumstance
Oh boy,
bonus. One of the different kinds of bonuses.
it's diplomacy, right?
Or diplomacy. Yep, you're right.
All right.
I just did a one shot with 5e, so I'm still in
Oh
that mode.
shit. All right,
Um
11.
yeah, an 11. I'd say she that passes the threshold. She's like, yeah, her face changes from like oh, like this is cool. She's like, oh yeah, yeah, that you're right. It's not as good as what we do, right? It's not as
No,
good as what you taught me.
no, no. Heavens, no, it's not even close. Well, quite frankly, I was disrespected yesterday when I went over there to peruse the talent, and well, I just don't want to stand for it anymore. I think that what they're doing over there is honestly quite shameful, and we can do it better.
Mm.
So I've decided to open up a school to teach other fellows in the city card tricks, as uh, uh, straight from me, straight from the talent. And I think we can simply just outdo the Tents of Luck and beat them at their own game. They're not real wizards like you and me. Nope, no, they are not.
And
So,
yeah, she is like nodding along as you say all this, and she like looks down at her robe, and she looks back up, and she's like, "Yes, yeah, you're right. We are real wizards. They're all just phonies over there. I'm gonna." And she looks over at the front entrance to the school, and she looks back at you, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna. What do you think? Do you think I should tell all the kids that they shouldn't go to the Tents of Luck and they should just go to?" Well, what are we gonna what what are you gonna call what is your school? What should we call ourselves? They have tents of luck.
let's hang on. I didn't even actually think about a name.
You got
Aldwarts. Aldwarts School of
I love it.
Card
Aldwarts.
Tricks and Card Magic
Uh,
and
your
Card
XP
Wizardry.
your XP for this is found Aldwarts. Uh,
Found
and
Aldwarts. And I've decided that such a high level of magical institution, such a high level of magic school shouldn't just be located under some dank tent near a filthy harbor where it smells like sewage and seaweed. No, I'm going to put it near a bastion of magic, the Shadow Room. Not in the Shadow Room, but near it.
She,
Uh,
she backs up a
Telling the
little bit.
kids
Yeah, yeah.
that they should avoid tents of schmucks is a fantastic idea. Spread the word. Avoid that place like the plague. Because from what I hear, they have a drug problem.
I love the Trump approach. Just the tens of schmucks. Just give it a bad fucking give it a nickname. Just making fun of it. I love it. So okay, lots to unpack there. So
Not,
you're
I don't. All right, as all as fucked up as Alden is, don't compare him to Trump. That's the last thing I want to like associate with any character I play.
the make fun nickname thing. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The name
he
calling, yeah.
yeah name calling. I love it. So he's she is full. She is in fully in agreement. She is just nodding along, and
Yep.
uh, she says, you're going to put Aldwarts, as we're calling it. You're going to put it near the shadow room.
Near it, not in it. Yes, I understand the apprehension, but never worry. I'll ensure that any sort of specters or curses that could affect the clientele are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's another, yeah, but yes. So tell the kid, you don't have to work there. That's where I'm just going to teach people. But just tell the kids that if you see a man, a wizard doing magic on the street, card tricks, they're probably a member of Aldwarts. You should, you know, you should go to them and not the Tens of Luck. The other thing I should mention is Amelia, I had an epiphany way over here. You yourself are in it right now. Your head is in the game. You know what you're thinking about. You got clear vision, some goals, momentum there. That's what sells the card trick, Amelia. The trick itself, I mean, certainly there's a magic to that as well. But selling your persona, selling the flourish, selling the art, the performance, that's what really enraptures the soul. That's what the real magic is. So, I mean, just based on your outfit now, I'm sure you understand it, but to be a wizard, you have to feel like a wizard. And whatever
Mm-hmm.
that means to you, exemplify it. Show
She,
it.
she,
And incorporate that into your magic, into your card.
and she, you, it's like a,
Is that, sorry, I keep going. Because that's what they're lacking over there at the Tense of Luck. They don't have any soul. There's no soul in their work. There's nothing. You need to show that you can. Otherwise, the clients won't.
do a persuasion check or a society check with another +2 for
Oh,
the role play of just we're selling this. I love it. Oh, dude.
oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Uh, she physically stands up. She is she is fully enraptured, and she says, "Yes, I will. I can. Yes, I will absolutely. I can head. I can head around and with some of the money that I bought, I can get some more things to carry around. Maybe she's looking around like wildly. She's like, maybe I'll have a staff. Maybe I can. Maybe I can.
Yes.
Maybe I can get a hat like yours, or I could
Yes.
start to maybe I get a broom or something like like all the storybook
Absolutely.
witches and stuff. This
Do
is
it. But hang on. Uh, Now, absolutely. And later, meet me at the shadow room because then we can discuss what we, want to teach the students. You're going to be my second. You've got it. Uh, but and bring anyone you know who wants to learn. But the other thing is, how much did you actually make?
oh, she says, "Oh, this is just fantastic how much I've made. I'd like because I have a method in mind, but let's talk about
Sure.
what you think would be best. So
Sure.
I rolled performance checks for her, and let's say she did really well. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that uh, what I was thinking is what I was thinking. We're gonna talk about it since this is our first time actually getting
Yeah.
the money. Is in the past 2 days, I'll say that rolling a D100 and having it is so like so it'd be 1 to 50, right? Rounding,
Yeah.
round up or whatever. I think that amount of copper per day is
Jesus.
reasonable. But what
That
I'm
does seem like a lot.
yeah, and so what
But
I'm
it is
trying
random,
to
so it's like it's between 1 and 50.
yeah, and what I'm trying to think of
Okay.
is based off of her performance checks, which are well. I don't know if we like. I don't know if it's a yeah, like she could still do bad even if she was doing really well with her tricks. Maybe people don't come by, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to think like maybe if she succeeds in her like if she critically succeeds in her performance check, she didn't do, right? She would maybe not have it or something, and then she succeeds,
Yeah.
she halves it. If she fails, it's like a quarter maybe, and if she critically fails, like yeah, like an eighth, like just way more diminishing returns. But like the
Yeah.
D100 makes it so you know, excuse me, maybe there's just some days where she doesn't do well, but she's gone.
Right.
She's kind of had 2 days. I mean, the second day was, yeah,
Yeah, it was a full. It's like a day and a half.
yeah, it's a day and a half, but also she's had this morning, so it kind of,
Sure.
2 days is reasonable. I think it's just easier to say. So I
Yeah.
think you should
I'm
roll.
thinking.
Yeah, let's you go.
Yeah. Well, I like that idea, but I'm also curious about like what you think. How should like Alden as a factor influence it, like depending
Hmm.
on his teaching? Because do you think that depending on how well they actually train with them, they could get like a bonus to their performances or a negative, like depending on whether or not they didn't succeed in the training?
Yeah, and that
Um,
I think that is good because that's what I already kind of did with her
yeah.
performance checks. Is that she got a bonus from like an Alden bonus. I gave her a
Okay.
plus. I
Do
gave
you,
her a +4 because of the natural 20 you got for you know showing
do
off
you,
to her. But
yeah.
like
Do
for
you think
instance,
that there should
Ryland,
also
it's like
be?
maybe like a +2.
Oh, do you think that? Okay. Do you think there should also be a factor of how the performance affects who actually comes over to engage with them? Because getting copper is one thing, but it also that that I feel like is a set rate unless the person gives more.
Hmm.
Uh, and so, do you think like okay, the worse performance they do, the more people in the area realize that they're not worth the money, or the better they do, the more people are like, oh wow, like yeah, I should go check them out, and like
Hmm.
that also influences how much copper they make because it's more customers.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, how like it could be like a consecutive success system. So it's like so say she succeeded on the first day, which she did. Then the
Yeah.
next day is like a plus 5 to whatever the D100 roll is, right? And then every consecutive success on the performance is a +5, and then
Sure.
every consecutive failure
I don't want to
is
make
a
a
minus
yeah. I
5.
want to make like a feedback loop here because then it would be like, well, on days where she succeeds, she really succeeds,
Well, it'd be
and
it
on
would
days
be
where she
like
fails, she really fails. But
well, yeah, it would like be a +5 to the gold that she's making. So it doesn't in it's not going to influence her performance checks at all, right? That is always going to be a
okay,
static. That's always a static. That's only the
okay,
only bonus that affects that is your teachings.
okay, all right, that makes more sense. Uh, yeah, that sounds good to me then. Just
Okay,
kind of
so with those rules, I would say she rolls a D100, two D100s, which you can roll, And then she's also going to get a +5 to that because her first day was a success and her second day was so she gets +5 to the roll for money.
You said a D100.
So do 2D100 because it's 2 days.
Was
8.
the first one. An 8? Wow.
Okay, let's hope the second one's better.
Amelia, you're killing me.
11.
And an 11. Amelia,
Oh.
you said
Okay.
you must have
Okay.
been making no money.
Okay,
No
but
money
there is
before this.
a +5. So yeah, so we got 24,
Alright, so.
and then halved is she got 12 copper over the past few days.
Okay, over 2 days. Alright,
Yeah.
that's 6 copper per day. Sure.
Yeah.
That's almost a silver. I mean, it is a silver, but
Mm-hmm.
man, I kind of feel bad taking any money from her. She's getting that excited over 12 copper. But just based on my knowledge of like food,
Mm-hmm.
how much do you think a bag of sugar would cost? And I'm like a Trader Joe's bag of sugar. Like, you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah, like a shredded cheese amount of bagged sugar. Or
Yeah, that's an
yeah,
apt way of
yeah,
putting it.
yeah. Like
Could I do a roll for that, like a society check or
yeah, like
nature
we'll
or
do a nature check. Yeah, like how much? Yeah, like I can. Okay, let me look up just if there's any ballpark for
yeah.
the price of
Well,
sugar.
you should do cost of sugar medieval era because
Yeah,
it'd be a lot different than now where you can ship it across the world.
yeah, exactly. Let's go with 2 silver per pound. I just Googled cost of sugar medieval era and it's 2s per pound. I have no idea what s is in that case, but let's just use it for silver. And I feel like 2 silver
Shillings,
per
is it?
pound. Yeah, that might be shillings. And
Let's do 2 silver. That sounds more realistic.
then that's like a pound and a Trader Joe's
That's
bag.
a
That's not a
lot.
pound. So that's like, I would say, is it like half a pound? Half a pound. I'm trying to like think of that in my head. Yeah, like that much sugar is half a pound. I'd say 1 silver. 1 silver is
Uh,
for that
well,
amount of sugar, and
yeah.
I'd say
Trader
that.
Joe's says
So,
Trader Joe's is $4 for every 2 pounds of cane sugar. So that's $2 per pound.
mm-hmm.
But that's modern day again. Sort of silver to USD. Uh, okay. Uh, silver ounces to US dollars exchange rate. Um, uh, 1 ounce of silver is $22. So,
And a
uh,
coin is about 0.2 ounces. So we got a fifth of that
so
is
that's
1 silver,
what,
which is around $4.
$4. All right.
So $4 roughly is 1 silver
But
coin, kind of.
okay, sorta. Uh, and modern day Trader Joe's cane sugar is $4 for every 2 pounds. But think
And then we
about,
can,
that's today. That's where we can ship it. So
then I think
I'd
doubling it is
say,
fine.
I think, yeah, I'd say 2 silver per pound is
Two silver pound
sounds
is kind of close.
pretty. Honestly, yeah, like that's like based on all that, doesn't
It
sound
works.
wrong.
Yep. All
Okay,
right. Hell yeah. So two
well,
silver a pound, but also think like I would say your recipe for the sugar. Remember, she
yeah.
only had like a small thing of sugar, and y'all were able
Well,
to.
Yeah, that's what I want to like. I want to buy a bunch so we can make a lot.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Then, yes, she is wild that those two D100 rolls were that low. Like, what are the odds
that's really
that,
funny.
that,
Well, 1 out of 100, man. But
oh,
yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
that's that's pretty funny. That
Uh,
just makes it even better.
yeah, exactly.
I go, wow, 13 copper. Not bad. Not bad for 1 day. That's pretty great. I imagine how much you'll be able to make in a week.
And she's
Um,
nodded along, and she's like, "Yes, yeah, I know.
yeah,
I've
and
I've
and,
never made
and like
this
I said
much."
it's really terrible. With your new focus on performance, just think of how much it's going to increase even with that.
Hmm.
So, as well as additional training. So, I know we agreed on, I was going to take some, but how about this? I'd say you earned your keep. Give me like 5 copper, and we'll call it even there.
And she says, "Oh, absolutely. That I was I forget what y'all agreed upon. I thought it was like 50-50, but she
It was 50-50, but I'm
yeah,
not gonna.
she
Yeah.
was like, I'll thank you so much. Yes, I can give you 5 copper. Yes, with everything you've taught me and with how much I'm going to be make. That's nothing. I can't wait."
Great. Now you save the rest of that, and get what you need to really you know reimburse you into your business there.
Hmm.
But just remember to come by the shadow room sometime soon. Maybe like
Hmm.
tomorrow or tonight, and we'll meet up more to discuss training at Aldwarts.
She says, "I can't wait, and I'll tell all those kids not
And
to go to the tents of Schmuck."
yeah, and make sure to tell everybody, anybody you come across, anyone that comes up to you and goes, "Oh, that was really good," then just say, "Yeah, get that at 10 luck, can you?" Um, and also bring your friends to the shadow room if you know anybody that wants to get in on this. So,
She says, "Yeah, I'll absolutely do all that, and yeah, I may know some people. I'll I'll come by tomorrow sometime."
yeah, great. All right, Amelia, amazing. Amelia, you're awesome. How about that?
Uh,
You know,
Amelia the
there's
Awesome.
only all. Yeah, I'm amazing. You're awesome.
She says, "Yeah, thank you, Alden, thank you."
God, get out of here. Actually, I gotta go. All right, I'll meet up with you later.
Hell yeah! All right, you have now
Okay.
made 5 more copper,
Oh, yes.
but but just
Okay.
but Alden's looking at the potential. The potential in the
Yeah.
future could be even higher.
It's like I said, it's less about the money. It's more about just getting revenge.
Hmm.
Yeah, originally, it was about the money, but now it's evolved into something more. Okay, with the additional 5 copper, I'm gonna go buy like a pound of sugar
Okay.
and some more lemons, and I'm gonna go back to Ida,
Yep.
uh, to basically like just see how much we can make with that. I'm also gonna get clear, like strong clear alcohol,
Hmm.
um, like something comparable to vodka, um, and that way we can bring it back to the potion master
Hmm.
and start making them. And then I also want to meet up with Bobo and show him a sample and see what he thinks.
All right. Awesome. Then let's say for you buying all the items before you head to Enid, roll a hmm, roll a society check just to see how long it takes you. You're obviously gonna do it, but
Whew.
oh hell yeah! I'll say that uh, based off you've only been here for a couple of days, but just from walking around this general area, you've noticed various shops that you could definitely get these items. And I'll say, are you getting a pound of sugar?
Yeah, just a pound. Yep.
Okay. Then I'll say that you are definitely able to. I'm just looking something up. Yeah, I'll say that you are able to get a pound of sugar from a little vendor. Do you want to haggle at all, or are you just gonna buy it like that?
For the sugar, I'll haggle. I really don't care about the lemon. Actually, the sugar and the alcohol. Yeah, I want to try some haggling.
Okay. Then it's up to you. You walk up to a stand where there is a young lady with various, spices in front, and you see that there's sugar, and
Mm.
she says, yeah, that'll be 2 silver for a pound of sugar.
2 silver. You realize you can grow this stuff yourself, right? Like, it's a plant.
She looks at
Do
you
you
and
know what
she's,
I'm doing with this? Do you know how? Listen, do me a favor here. Just lower it by half a silver. We'll call it even. Call it square. Okay? Can you
she,
do that for me, sugar? Can I say that so I can get a negative?
yeah,
Yeah, make the haggling worse.
yeah, I was gonna say, are you going for intimidation or are you trying to persuade?
Let's do persuade first, then intimidation second.
Okay, then yeah, I would say, yeah, I'll just a -1 to your society. She's just more
Diplomacy.
confused, yeah, for diplomacy, and she's just kind of confused. Uh, what you're saying. That's nice too. She
That's a two.
she like kind of backs away from the table and she says, even I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen you before, and also, yeah, I do know you grow this. I grew this. I know that. I That's just how much it is. It's hard to
What
get
a
this much
dickhead.
sugar.
All right. Instead of trying to be like really intimidating, how close is she?
Uh, I'd say if you're right at,
I'm across the stand.
she
Oh,
stepped back like a foot or two, but yeah, she's still like maybe
okay.
within arm's
Okay.
reach. You're pretty tall.
I get manic, and I'm not gonna act it out, but I'll just tell you what I mean. Where it's like,
Hmm.
please, you have no idea how much I need this. I'm seriously in desperate need of sugar. You have no idea how badly I need this right now. I can't let this stand. You have no idea. You have no idea. I'm like sweaty. I'm
Hmm.
spitting up green. I'm like looking her dead in the eyes.
Yeah.
My face is getting red. I'm like I
Yeah.
reach out to her.
Yeah. Or I'll say I'm trying to determine between intimidation and performance. Uh,
Oh no! I mean this is Alden being Alden. Like yeah,
yeah.
like
Then it's not really performance. You're not like putting on an act. Then yeah, I'd say intimidation would be
yeah.
the best form. Just you're
Well,
scaring.
do you think that like I see this more as like flavor, where the intimidation comes from? Oh, this guy's gonna this guy's acting huge and he's like making a threat.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
more of I have no idea what this guy's gonna do to me. I'm
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
I should probably just give him what he wants to get him away from here.
I agree. Like I think I think that's where the intimidation comes from. But she's not like I think when you intimidate someone, it is someone is scared of something happening, right?
Yeah,
And
to
I
them.
feel like that is the like she's not probably in fear for her life, but she probably just wants this to be over with. And
Yeah,
so it's
I'd be
just
in
how
fear for my life if
yeah.
some fucking
True.
guy started screaming at me over the counter
That's
over
true.
over a pound of sugar for what do we say, like $8?
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly. Then roll an intimidation check. But I'll say that
oh no.
I'll say she's like,
Okay.
I'll go down a quarter of a silver. A quarter of a silver? Does that work?
Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that works. Oh, oh Jesus. Oh
she
God.
she kind of slowly, like, shaking a little bit, but just like slowly starts filling up a bag of for a pound of sugar. Weighs it using a little one of those little weighing balance
Er,
things.
So
And
2 silver, but it's
yeah,
a
it's
one
two
in
and a two and a
75.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, it'd be one and yeah, I'll just say round it down to 7, since I forgot there's not quarters of silvers. Like you got it for
Okay.
one. You
Okay.
got it one for 170.
Uh,
All right,
it needs to be more than that. Sorry.
all right,
Okay, there we go.
all right. And then I'll say, so you now have a pound of sugar after
Oh, thank
picking up
God.
this woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what got to me there. I just have no idea how important this is.
She says, "Oh, we all have one of those days. Yeah, it's okay. Have a good day."
Wipe the green off. Walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
And wait,
Uh,
then I turn around. Oh, do you know where I could buy some lemons?
she says, "Uh, down the street there's some fruit stands. You could go there."
Okay, great. Thank you.
Uh, poor lady. But then you head and get some lemons. I forgot how much we said the lemons were last time.
I think they were like, I think you said, oh Christ, what did you say?
Well, I think just like a copper a lemon is fine, or like a
That sounds good to me.
yeah, let's say a copper lemon. However many
I'll,
lemons you think you'll need.
I'll buy like 5.
Okay, you get five lemons.
I remember we kind of went through all of them, and I've only
Yep,
bought 4 last time, so.
gotcha.
All right, now for the alcohol.
All right. I'll say that the best place to get an alcohol is a local tavern nearby. It looks like a little bit
Okay.
of a finer establishment than normal, but
Oh, I was thinking about going to a shitty one. Like,
okay.
I'm thinking like, okay, this is I can't afford like nice alcohol, so I want to get, some cheap
Mm-hmm.
distilled like clear, really strong though alcohol, or like
Yeah.
semi strong, strong enough.
Then I'll say, based off your previous society check, you found one of the worst looking taverns, or maybe not the most well kept taverns you've seen before. Uh, and you walk in, and there is no one in here, but there's an older man sleeping behind the counter, like kind of just sitting in a chair, just head back against the back wall. But you do see on the back shelves a whole bunch of various jars, not very labeled jars, of various clear liquids.
He's sleeping, you said?
Yeah, he's sleeping right now.
Oh fuck, I could steal it. Uh, Alden's
That's
not
no
gonna
one else
see.
in here.
No, I think the temptation hits him, but he realizes that if he blows this, he might not, just gonna be in deeper water. So he'll just tap the guy with his staff and say, "Hello."
Yeah. Oh, and he, kind of leans forward. Hey there, what? Hey, what? Oh, you're here to. And he kind of stands up and he realizes his surroundings. He goes, welcome to my tavern. What do you need?
I need a bottle of alcohol. Something
He's,
clear, not super strong, but strong enough.
he says, "Oh, just a whole bottle. You don't want me to pour it for you? I got mugs
Nope,
here
just
and
the whole. No, just the whole bottle. Don't
a
worry
whole
about it.
a whole bottle. Well, I've got. He looks and he points to one. He's like, "Well, I've got my own special brew that I make in the back there, and that's pretty tasty. If you don't mind me saying, I find it quite delicious. And then we got some other local brands around. It's up to you. Do you want any taste tests? Do you want to stay a while? I can
But
make you some food."
I'd actually. Wow, man, thanks. It's a pretty cool bar, honestly. I go. Actually, yeah. Let me try your home brew
And he says,
just
"Oh
to see
well,
what that's like.
yes, yeah." And he He gets down a bottle, and I'll say on the outside of the glass, you can kind of see that there's some dust on it, and he kind of wipes that off. Makes it look a little pretty real quick, and
Oh,
then he pops
wait a
off.
second. I'm thinking about it now. Hang on, hang
Yeah,
on. If I make the recipe with this guy's homebrew, I can only get it from this guy. No, no, no. I take it. No, wait. Never mind. I changed my mind.
oh,
No. Just give me some. Just give me a brand. Just give me a normal one.
he says, "Oh,
Sorry.
that," and he's like has the cork like popped off in his hand. He says,
I'm,
"Well,
I'm sure it's good, but it's just not what I'm looking for right
he
now.
says, "Oh well, that's okay. I'll have some myself." And he pours himself a shot, and he takes it real quick of his own homebrew, and then he goes over and gets another bottle that you've seen in other various bars. Like it's like a one of those brown stained bottles, like just like your
Hmm.
typical jug. And he says, "Do you want to taste this one? Try it out."
Yeah. Why not?
He says, "Yeah, sure. Free on the house. You seem like a fine customer, yourself." And
Oh,
he pours out a
thank you.
little shot, and he gives it to you. And if you
It's
take
like
it,
noon by this point. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
uh,
I
you,
take it. Tastes
yeah,
like.
it tastes exactly what you're looking for. This
All
is
right. Wow. Perfect.
yeah,
Just
this
really
is
straight, clear grain alcohol. Yep.
yeah, exactly. This is not basically no flavor to it, just the alcohol flavor.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. Yeah! I go, yeah, tight, 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 tight.
And
Yeah.
he's just looking at you. He's like, yeah, yeah, it, it is pretty good. I think mine is better, but that's your personal preference. We all have those. What you want the whole bottle? Is that what you're saying? You don't want to
Yep,
stay a
I'll take
while?
the whole. No, I'm sorry. I'll take the whole bottle, but I like this. You're so nice. I might come back here with a few friends.
He said, "Well, yes, please do. I make some of the best food in town. That's what some people say, and I think I've got a mighty fine, good establishment here, and I think you would enjoy it."
Sorry, what's the name of the building again? Just so I
Uh,
could, as a point of reference.
oh, well, he kind of looks. Well, it's a work in progress. It's right now. I just have it called the Tavern, but that's not a good name. I was gonna uh, name it Bronson's Tavern because that's my name. I'm Bronson,
Hey, Bronson.
but that's already taken.
How about,
There's another Bronson
you know what?
across the town.
That bastard. Okay, how about that? What's your last? Do you have a last name? Sorry,
Uh,
that's a little personal.
yeah. Well, no, absolutely no worries. It's Bronson's Stun.
Sorry, Bronson Stun.
Stun. Yeah, as like
Stun.
yeah, Stun.
Okay. Uh, well, okay, not what I was hoping for, but what about having two words that start with the same letter always is catchy. So why not something like Bucking Bronsons or
Mm,
like Stunning Stuns or
yeah, yeah.
Super Stuns or
Super
something.
Stuns. He says, I really like Bucking Bronson's. That is a
Or
stellar name.
Stunners.
Yes,
Just Stunners.
yes. Oh, Stunners. Ooh, these are all great names. Let me. And he really quickly goes and gets a paper and a quill and starts writing these down. He says, these are the
Oh,
fantastic.
I
What?
copyrighted those already.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
he,
just kidding.
he says, what's your name, sir? You are really good at this. I never really thought of these names.
This stupid arc is just you inflating my ego now. Where it's just like, oh, yep, my character can do anything, I guess. Just gives a guy a shitty name for a tavern and then he loves him all of a sudden. Uh, my name is Alden the Amazing. I'm a wizard, as you can probably
Oh.
tell. But I'm working on a potion and quite frankly, alcohol's an ingredient, so just wanted to come by and get something simple.
He says, "Wow, You are doing big things, sir. Thank you for all these names and ideas. Hopefully, you do bring your friends by to. I think I'm gonna go with Bucking Bronson's. I like that quite a bit. I'll talk with the what I forget the name that I gave him. Like the map giver in town, the map man in town,
Uh,
and let him know that maybe he can put it on one of those boards all across town. Is to put Bucking Bronson's here so people can visit.
that'd be great. I know 3 gentlemen in town who would love to come by.
He says,
Or
"Well,
3 gentlefolk, I should say.
he says, oh well, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Know, well, the cost of this bottle is typically all around 1 silver piece to get this much. But I'll say that for you for giving me such a great idea, how's about just 5 copper for this?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have 5 copper, so I'll just give you the silver and we'll split it, alright?
Oh well, yeah,
Use some change.
I of course have change. Yes, well, thank you so much. And he hands you 5 copper, and you
Okay, great.
deduct 1 silver.
Uh, okay, this is the official Aldwarts hangout. This is where we're gonna come and like chill out after class. Is
Yeah,
Bucking Bronson's.
Hogsmeade. Yeah, Bucking Bronson's.
Yeah. Oh,
The
sweet.
prancing pony.
Yeah. Bucking Bronson. Sure. How about thank you, Bronson, and
Yes,
have a stunning day.
yes. Well, thank you so much. Yes, uh, you've lightened my day. I'll tell you that.
All right. Fantastic. Bye. And I'm gonna leave. And the next place I'm gonna go to is depending on. Do I have any more of like the potion concoction from last night, or is it all gone?
You all were basically making like little shots of the
Batches.
stuff.
Okay.
So you did not. There were no leftovers that you have
Okay.
right now.
Then I'm gonna go back to Enid's. I hope I got that
Mhm.
name right. Um, and I'm gonna ask her to make one like more sample, so I
Mhm.
can give it to Bobo and see what he thinks.
And then I'll say, yeah. At this point, it's like 1 p.m. 1 second. At this point, it's like 1 p.m. and I'll say that you're able to go over to homemade potions as you've seen before. And once again, it's a very long, kind of horizontal shop, or like very long one-way shop with the counter, and you see say Enid, the older female goblin, wearing her classic witch's robes, the purple color, and
Mm-hmm.
there are some people in the shop, and she is helping someone right now. But as soon as she sees you, she says, "Oh well, hold on one moment. Or she's like, "Oh, hold on one moment. Uh, I need to help another customer real quick." And she kind of runs on over, and she says, "Oh, hello. What what can I do for you, Alden? Are you here to make more potions, perhaps?"
Indeed, I am. I'd like to make a small sample so I can show someone. Uh, See to get the judgment on it, and I've actually gone ahead and gotten the ingredients required. So nothing of yours will be lost except time.
And she says, "Oh,
I understand if
yeah."
you no longer want to do this for free, just let me know.
She says, "Well, no, I'm having too much fun right now. Uh, to ask any money from you for over this because this is just oh it's so are you giving it to someone as a sample?" And then she kind of winks and does quotation marks just to make them sleep a little bit, go to a bed. Is this a nefarious use, or is it really just someone to try it?
Oh no, it's legitimately a sample. I just want to see what someone thinks of it.
Oh, she says, "Oh, okay. Well, you must let me know whenever you actually are intending to use it for
Oh,
these
I will,
nefarious purposes, because I just have to
and
hear all
you'll
about it."
you'll know. You'll know.
And he says, "Ooh, ominous! I love it. Let me. If you can give me one or more of that obot, I can definitely infuse it into some smoke, and I can make a sample for you if you would like."
Sure. I hand over like another one of the cloves. I think it was kind of like you described it.
It's like little cauliflower-looking things.
Yeah. Yeah, and just let her get to it.
Yep, I'll say that. It takes a little bit of time. Do you want to peruse at all anywhere, anything in here, or are you just waiting for your sample?
I'll just wait.
Okay.
I've already spent enough money.
Then I'll say you are able to, she finishes up with the recipe that you all concocted last night, and she gets you enough for one little sample, and then she says, "Oh, and also, since I condensed down the smoke for this one Obot, it makes quite a bit, as you remember from yesterday. So I have bottled that up and given it to you as well, or I'll give it to you
Oh,
as well." And so now you also have a little
delightful.
bottle of the condensed Obot smoke.
Perfect.
All right, now you have a
Uh,
sample, and she says, "Is there anything else that I can help you with, or are you going to give this sample? You must come back and report your results. You must."
oh, absolutely, I will. And I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon. Don't you worry.
She says, "I am looking forward to it," and she rushes over to another customer to help them.
Okay. Um, well, I make the little, in the same proportions that we decided on last night, I make another one of them little potions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'm gonna go to where, oh fuck, sorry. I'm gonna go to, where Rylan showed me where Bobo was and go back to Bobo.
Yes,
Where I
yeah,
think Bobo
yeah,
would be.
yeah. Bobo is like above where W was in the lower end,
Yeah.
and you, as you walk there, I'll say it's after some waiting. It's like 2 p.m. or something like that. You know, you've had a big shopping day. And
Mhm.
as you walk down the street, you are able to see that uh, on the side of the street, once again, just like how you kind of caught Bobo.
Oh hell.
It's nearly at the exactly the same time. Bobo is taking his midday nap. You see a big dwarf with a big beard, just laying on the side
Oh
of the road,
god.
snoring in kind of his same spot.
Would now be even the time to give this to him if it's supposed to just make you really sleepy?
Well, does he know about the experiments? I'm trying to remember. This is
No,
like
he
you
doesn't know
came
a
up with the
damn
idea
thing
of
because all we
doing.
decided on was just, yeah.
Came up with it afterwards. I love it.
Uh, I'm gonna walk up to him
Mhm.
and I'm gonna go, hey, good morning, Bobo,
Mhm.
it's me, Alden, wake up.
Bobo kind of gets startled a little bit, and he says, he's opening up his eyes a bunch and blinking, and he's still laying on the ground. And he looks up at you, and he's like, oh, yes, Alden, was it? Yes, Alden. What, uh, what can I do for you? I'll be coming over tonight sometime to give you the list. As you can see, I'm kind of sleeping here, but what do you need?
Yes. I'm sorry to wake you up, but I think you'll like it. See,
Mm,
I was inspired yesterday, and well, after learning about the magic that is Obot, I thought, why not improve upon it and give something the people will really love?
he's
Here, try this. And I pull
he
out the
pull out the little sample.
potion,
He
pull out the
kind of
sample.
he looks at it kind of inquisitively, and he says, "Well, what's in it? I'm not gonna just take something I don't know from you. What? How do you mean you improved on
Yeah,
Obot? What does
you know,
that mean?"
yep, that's a fair point. Yep, totally. Well, I thought it could be useful as an ingredient for basically, I like to call it a potion, quite honestly.
Hmm.
And I went to Enid, who you may know nearby, at Homemade Potions, and she was very excited over the prospect of taking this as an ingredient and making something out of it. So together we worked on, I like to think of it as candy that's addicting. And it's a mixture of lemon for flavor, sugar for sweetness, alcohol for included effects, and OBOT for, well, the OBOT effect, but condensed into a liquid smoke. And then I won't tell you the exact process because, well, I want to see what you think of it first and see if you want more. But I think if you put this to your clientele, I happen
Uh,
to know that it's something wrong. It'll be something they really love.
he, after you said that, after you kind of fully explained the process, and you also said that uh, it has maybe perhaps addictive properties to it, he, his eyes kind of light up, and he's now more sitting up, and he says, "Well, Alden, you are quite the businessman. I didn't. You are saying that. Are you trying to say that we will work together and distribute this out to some of these and make money off
Well,
of it?"
uh, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's more about just making sure that everybody at the Tense of Luck gets addicted to it, but it also would be nice to just have a little money on the side.
He
Uh,
says, "Oh yes, I forgot. Yes, you're right. Yes, it's money is secondary, right? Yes, this is to
yeah, I'm
this is
just
for
saying that
revenge. Yes."
I'll provide it as long as you distribute it and make sure that it gets to the Tense of Luck,
He
and
says,
keep pushing your clients my way for magic card training.
make a persuasion check with a +1 circumstance bonus for me,
Let's win. Let's
or
win.
yeah, diplomacy.
Let's see. Oh boy, Mama.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, 15.
15.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to use a hero point on that. It's
yeah,
good enough.
yeah. 15's pretty good. He looks at you and he says, "Well, I'm absolutely willing once I try it to give it to my clients and make some more money off of it. And if you provide it, then there's no more extra work for me. I'm fully down with this idea, but I don't know if uh, I want to be distributing it to the Tense of Luck. Wouldn't that want to be more your thing?"
Uh, it's less you and kind of just more a way of. I wasn't thinking exactly you, just more of like you pushing it for people to give it to them, not you directly. Just you give it to someone, and then all of a sudden they have a friend of the Tenth of Luck, and they get their friend of the Tenth of Luck, introduced to it, and then suddenly you have another client because they don't know where else to get it. They have to come to you.
He kind of nods his head and he says, "Oh well, oh okay. So it's just kind of just throughout the whole entire town of Ridak is where it's kind
Oh,
of
it's just
grown.
it's
It
just
just kind of
getting it's
happens."
just getting it into circulation. Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Then yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that. Yeah. Yeah. Let me try it. Bottoms up. Do you have one yourself?
I don't because I took like 5 of these last night, uh, trying to get the process right. But I guarantee you, this is the exact same ratio that we decided on. It's pretty good. So here,
He's he says, "Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's fine." He seems to be on board with you, so he goes ahead and kind of tentatively, takes a sip of it. But you know, you don't seem to be malicious in any way, and so he slurps it down, and I'll say he kind of swishes it in his mouth a little bit, and he swallows it, and he says, this is actually kind of nice. It's fruity, and you said that it is it has obot and alcohol in it. So is it just supposed to make you sleepy? Is there any other side effects that you've seen after you were testing it yesterday?
Uh, it's sleepy, it's hazy, it's sort of like a mixture of what Obot would give you as well as a shot of alcohol. So kind of just like a buzz. Some people have to have more to have a really strong effect, but yeah, it's supposed to just kind of make you feel relaxed and giggly.
He says, well, I do kind of like it. It's definitely better than just taking a shot of something. It has a certain taste to it, so I'm perfectly fine with just if you're just going to give it to me and I can hand it out to some of my clients, see if they're interested, and start distributing it.
Well,
I'm perfectly fine with that. Is there, uh, what would you want any money back in this endeavor?
as long as I can have a net gain from the ingredients, yeah. Because I'll also need Obot to produce it, so I'll be coming back to you to buy some. But uh, I had to buy lemons, I had to buy sugar, I had to buy alcohol altogether. That cost me how much was it? 1.7 plus uh, 4, so that's 2.1. No, 2.2. No, 2.1. Yeah, plus how much was the sugar again? Was
Oh yeah, that's what you already did with the 1.7. So I would say,
oh yeah, plus the alcohol, which was uh half was 5,
hmm
so 2.7 silver.
yeah. So
So I would want like 5 silver in return
hmm
total, like after everything's like accounted for.
hmm then uh, yeah, if you say that, like just around 5 silver, you would probably say, oh, I could definitely see, depending on how much of the stuff that you give me, I could definitely see I could sell it for a little bit of a marked up price in order for uh, every batch you give me for you to get back 5 silver. I could uh, certainly certainly do that. I think I'm enough of a businessman to make those prices work.
Perfect, perfect. Well, we'll work out more of the details later. I just really wanted to see if you liked it,
hmm
and we can do a few trials to see if people really like it and if they want to keep coming back for it, and we can see about increasing production afterwards.
He is. He seems. Make a society check for me, just to see his overall
Sure.
demeanor in it.
Uh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, you can tell that he is down for it. He's kind of a little bit sleepy, also just from waking up, but he sees no downside for him, so he is fully on board. He doesn't seem any issue in terms of saying no to your proposition, especially if you're just going to provide it to him. It's just something else that he can sell. It's like he doesn't have to put in any extra work, so he seems down with it.
All right. Um, Now, in terms of actually making it, let's say I start off with like I'm gonna go back to Enid and I'm gonna tell her that, oh yeah, he really liked it. He wants more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's start off with like a batch of 10. I'm
Okay.
gonna go tell her that. But yeah, I say, all right, perfect. Well, let me go get you some more. How about we start off with a batch of 10? See how people like it, and then we can work out some more details.
He
I'll let you get
says,
back to your nap.
yes. He says, yeah.
Bad boy, Jim.
He says, absolutely. How about since I do most of my dealings at night, how about I head by your place around 10? And when I give you the list of all of my uh, clientele, then you can hand me the batch and I can go off and try and sell it to some people. I've got to get my
Perfect.
beauty
Sounds good.
sleep.
Absolutely perfect. Sounds like a great idea.
All right, awesome. And then he kind of just lays back down.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Enid. And I know it's been a shorter session, but I do need to get going here soon. Um,
That's okay. Yeah, I think
But
that's a good place to end it.
let me go back to Enid and then just
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just say it because we already know about it. I'm gonna go back and just say like, yeah, he liked it. He liked it a lot. He wants
Mm-hmm.
more. How about we make a batch of 10? I just need your vials.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah,
And
she
I'll
said.
buy those for you.
Yeah,
They're not
she
coming
said.
back.
She says, "Oh, okay. Yes, this is absolutely perfect. Let me get that all for you, and I'll say that for a thing of 10 vials, mm, like,
I need to figure out like a better way to package it because that's glass. That's like every time it's glass.
mm,
Um,
they can return it to get a small fee back."
small discount. Get
Yeah,
a hole punch,
yeah, exactly.
card
Uh,
punch.
uh,
Mm,
but for right now, I'll say that she will give you 10 glasses for 5 copper.
yeah.
I would say,
Okay, that sounds fair.
and they're just
What
these
if I
small
put What if I put gelatin in it, make it jelly, so put it in like a wax
jello
wrap?
shots. Yeah, I love it.
I'll
Then
think of something.
I'll say you now have 10 Obot potions.
All right, 10 Obot potions.
Yeah, she concocts them up real quick and gets them to you, and now you have these 10 little potions, which we can also determine, game wise, what the effects of those are, like DCs and all that.
Yeah. Um, I should also we should also determine like how much are they actually worth each.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really think about that.
That's okay. Yeah,
Like how much is actually in
we can DM about the actual
it.
recipe,
Like
and
how how specific do you really want to be?
yeah,
Um, what? Oh, Lori, I'm sorry. Um.
it's all right.
Yeah, perfect.
And
Uh,
I'll say we can end the session there, and
the
next time,
city's
yeah.
Yeah, the city's gonna be so fucked up. It's gonna have a bunch of drug addicts walking around at the Tents of Luck. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna have a bunch of homeless people walking around acting like various wizards or what they think wizards are. And then their magic is just like the same card trick with a variation of style thrown into it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and they hang out at a cursed place, and then they all go drinking at one of the worst taverns in town, where they drink the bartender's locally made, moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
What a great place.